That was pretty good.
You think so?
I think it was all right.
I'm not sure.
I could try to do a can. Let's see if I can do a can.
Ooh, that is a fine Pilsner beer.
So delicious.
So if you're wondering, those of you listening at home, why it is that we just made mouth sounds, it's because we are live at Empirical Brewery. Thank you, Empirical Brewery. They are exploring the science of beer, and you can find them on Facebook and Twitter and on the internet generally. Real quick, some things to know about them. They do a Tuesday trivia night hosted by Sister Mary Monistat, which is a thing I'm going to go ahead and let delight me in a week in which darkness reigns. That's at 7 p.m. every Tuesday. It's free to play. Teams of up to 6 people, and they give away 3 Empirical gift cards to the top teams every week, which is pretty sweet. Also, I've been looking for a new trivia night for months, so I'm really glad to know about that. We've got some other cool things to tell you about them, and those are going to come later. But for now, we're going to do a little season wrap-up, aren't we, Julie?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
If our listeners remember last season, which to everyone else is season 2, even though we're going back and doing season 1 now, Outlander got jobbed at the Emmys, so we had our own Emmys. And we decided to randomize it for more fun. So we used D&D dice. And I just need everybody here to see my scrotum that holds my D&D dice.
That was made by our pal, Zach Webb.
Thanks, Zach Webb.
We'll put a visual aid online for those listening at home. It is a chainmail dice bag shaped like a nutsack.
Yep.
And it contains blood red dice.
My blood red dice.
So we're going to use those to determine the winners of some arbitrary categories for which we have chosen nominees. And because they're all good, it doesn't matter which one wins. So that's the logic behind that. It should also be said that we are recording this the Sunday after the election. So if you're wondering why all of a sudden this isn't amusing, it's because women being funny has been outlawed. So we're just going to go ahead and lean into our sadness.
We're gonna lean in.
We're just going to really lean in.
Lean in with us, ladies.
Yeah, you just go ahead and lean in. You lean right in, and if that means that your nose ends up into the back of the commuter in front of you, then that's just the way it's got to be.
Also, while you're leaning in, just please don't attempt to be funny.
Yeah, just don't. Because, if you get your husband's permission, maybe that's okay. Maybe then you can give it a try.
But it still won't work.
Yeah. Julie has dealt with this week by leaning in to the relentless darkness. I have dealt with this week by pretending that everything's fine. I wonder if that is a dynamic that will assert itself in this episode.
Who knows?
I don't. I sure don't. All right. Well, now I'm Allison.
I'm Julie.
This is Janine.
Hey.
And welcome to Podlander Drunkcast, not Outlander Podcast. I can't even speak anymore, guys. Has that been outlawed too? So our first category is the best image or scene from the first 8 episodes of the first season of Outlander.
Season 1, part 1.
And we have 4 nominees for that. Julie, tell us about yours.
I have 2. I chose the ring shot after the wedding where Claire drops the ring and it rolls into the floor and you have the camera shot of her approaching Frank's wedding ring to pull it up out of the floor. I really thought that was cool and clever. And then I also chose the when she touches the dick rocks the first time and goes through the car crash. I really liked that metaphor and the way that they shot it. So those were my 2.
I would like to say that Outlander does a much better job of traumatizing car crash filmed in slow motion than Doctor Strange does. Fuck you, Doctor Strange. No, I like Doctor Strange. Whatever.
Good job with that, though.
It's just not. It's not, whatever. Benedict Cumberbatch. No one believes that he's a bad driver. Come on, men are excellent drivers.
Always.
Always. I bet it was a bitch driving that car. I bet it was. I bet there was a woman behind the wheel. I don't know. Were women allowed to drive back then?
Not sure.
God, am I going to be allowed to drive?
I don't know.
Okay.
What are your 2 nominees?
My 2 were the single most gifable moment in the whole first season of Outlander. Je suis prêt.
Woof.
Yep. Just think about it. Just before thoughts out loud, I just gotta. Oh, that's good. That's the
I'm going to
stuff.
hold on to that one. I'm going to rub that one shiny.
Okay, great. Oh boy. My other pick was the scene in the stables where Jamie tries to get Murtaugh's approval about Claire, and he's like grumpy and reticent. And then in the first of several, oh God, I think we really love Murtaugh moments, he talks about Jamie's mother's smile, and then Claire's smile is just as sweet. And then we fell in love with him.
And
so
then
those
Murtaugh
are the 4.
is our favorite. All right, so those are four.
You have anything you want to throw in, Janine? No.
No.
Okay.
I just want to drink beer in the morning right now.
Great. All right.
So here's for the ring shot.
All right. So we're going with the highest?
Yes.
Great.
Ring shot.
Oh, that's a natural 16. That's
16.
great. That would get past the AC of most, let's say, medium-sized creatures.
Ooh, 17 for the car crash.
All right.
All right, je suis prêt.
Oh my God, that's a critical fail.
fail.
Does that mean we don't get to keep it?
I can't talk about that. Okay, je suis prêt 1.
And Murtaugh Jamie.
Murtaugh Jamie.
Oh, that's an 18.
You know
Murtaugh
what? Jamie win.
Viva Pamplemousse.
Viva Pamplemousse.
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
That's really great. I love him. There's a reason
I'm into
he's our
that one.
wallpaper on Facebook. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter at Podlandercast. Anyway. All right. I'm okay with that result.
I'm okay with that too.
Cool. All right, let's move on. So we're going to go with the worst Imager scene. I will go first. My first pick was the whipping scene in the Garrison Commander, both because it is awful. It doesn't mean that's a bad scene, but like, yikes. So first, because it's awful, and second, because it forever ruined for us the idea that Jamie can still be hot, even drenched in blood. Because I'm sorry, that Cornish game hen of a back is just not alluring.
Not attractive.
It's not alluring.
I don't
And
want to touch that.
Come on, and like
Nobody wants to see that.
the world is full of rainbows, right? So we should really get to some delightful things in our lives. My other one is when Dougal talks about saggy boobs.
Pups.
Pups.
Doug's.
Looks like I did a good job.
Ugh.
Bannocks. What the fuck else do they call
I
them?
don't know.
Lentils. Chickpeas.
Chickpeas. Garbanzo beans.
Yep.
Oh, I sucked your garbanzo beans dry.
Yeah, those are my 2. Julie, what about you?
I only have one,
Okay.
and it was when my belief in humanity was destroyed.
Oh, that's a great choice. I'm just going to go ahead and ignore that. That
Okay.
sounds wonderful. So let's go ahead and roll.
Okay.
Great. So the whipping scene.
Whipping scene gets 11.
Oh, 11. That's respectable. Okay. All right. And the saggy boobs.
Saggy boobs. The pups get 13.
13 for pups.
And my loss of belief in humanity. Oh, it loses.
Oh, that's a 6. 6.
That's fine. You know what? That's fine, though. I'm glad to have that one lose.
Yeah. All right.
So, boobs jokes for the
Boobs.
win.
All right, Dougal. That's one for you, man. All right. Our next category is the best lead actor.
This one just cracks me up so hard.
Why?
Because it's so clear. It's like, we can randomize it all we want, but Tobias Menzies is the best.
Okay, so we'll roll for them.
We will roll
And then
for it.
maybe we'll adjust because he's got a magic weapon. And it's that jawline,
It's that.
right? It's that jawline.
It's also how he can weirdly make his eyes look closer together when he's Black Jack Randall. How does he do that?
Yeah. he just kind of
I
narrows
don't know.
his
It's
forehead.
like they just get narrower.
With its forehead acting. It's facting.
It's true skill.
That's what it is.
All right, so
Folkting?
no surprise here. I nominated Tobias Menzies as the dual role of Frank and Black Jack Randall because truly he is the best actor on the show.
You know, I really hope that they just decide, fuck it, and they cast him as a completely random other character. Right?
So he can play 3
in season 3, he's just like he's playing, I don't know,
a barkeep,
like a barkeep, yeah,
which
a sailor, just a random sailor.
because we know what happens when he drinks. It's
yeah,
really
and every
good.
time Claire sees him, she's like, "I'm so confused. Do I want to fuck you or have you punch me in the stomach? I'm not sure." Oh, barkeep.
All right, so Tobias Menzies, and then this time I truly believe it because it's only been 8 episodes, but since the pilot, Katrina Balfrey has like exploded into good. In the pilot, she was so scared and so nervous, and then by the time we get to the wedding, I'm like, yes, I love
And
you.
her accent was a little squibbly at first,
And now it's
just
good.
a little.
So I
never owned a Vols.
a Vols.
Vols.
But yeah, I nominated her.
All right. I nominated Graham McTavish, Dougal Mackenzie, in spite of the fact that apparently he sucks pups dry. He's got a couple of really great scenes. There's that excellent scene in the hall where drunk-ass Claire says Dougal was playing with the kid who is Dougal's kid, only it's not Dougal's kid. Is that a spoiler? That's not a spoiler. Everybody knows that, right?
Everybody knows that's Dougal's.
So Dougal's get. You can?
Oh, I can.
Right?
I can.
I love that scene. I love the scene, and by love, I mean hate, the scene where he gets drunk and beats up the dudes that are trying to rape Claire, and then is like, "You are the most extraordinary woman."
Yeah, but you know what it ends with? Her braining him upside the head with a stool, which is
I
awesome.
love it. It's great. It's some great acting.
Acting?
Yeah.
All right. So Gilf makes the cut.
I also want to throw one out there for him being all pissed at the end of the wedding scene.
Oh, yeah.
Probably because Claire's cries of pleasure resonated down to the dining room where the cat was eating all the food and
all
stuff.
listening.
Yeah.
They didn't have insulation.
Oh, no, not at all.
No.
No.
So Gilf made the cut?
Yes. And then my other choice was Sam Hewen. Come on.
Sam Hewen. All right. You know what? Great.
Best performance by a pair of thews.
Those thews are working mightily.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so this is for Tobias Manlun.
For the person that should actually win this, were it not random.
Okay.
Tobias Manusnus.
Oh, that's a 14. That's
14.
respectable. I'm going to go ahead
You
and
know
give
what's-
him a +7 for jackting. That's jaw acting. All right, so
Okay,
that's
14 plus
23.
7.
Right? No, that's wrong. That's bad math. 21.
21.
God, guys, it's 11 a.m. I'm drinking this oatmeal stout. Don't ask me to do math. Plus, women can't do math. Come
Oh.
on. Math is hard, said Barbie.
Katrina Balfrey gets a 15, but -8 because she's a woman.
Oh, yeah, that's great. That seems right.
That makes her 7.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, now we've got Graham McTavish. Oh, that's a critical fail,
Critical
which is
fail.
fair because Dougal just couldn't make it happen, right?
Dougal.
He just couldn't.
No.
Yeah, and plus he sucked the pups dry, right?
Yeah.
That's got to count
He's
for
got
something.
nothing left. All right, now here's what's going to happen right now. I'm going to roll for fucking Jamie, and he's going to get a natural 20. And somehow, Tobias Menzies is going to be like,
For those listening at home, Julie just hung her head in dejected shame, which, by the way, is what she's been doing the whole episode.
Nope. Jamie only got a 9. So guess who wins?
And you know what? He still gets an adjustment. He gets an adjustment for Cornish game hen back. So that's
Plus
like
10?
a +6. We'll say a +6.
Okay, so
15.
he gets a 15.
So Tobias Manlun.
Tobias Manusnus. Yay!
Yay, Tobias. Thank you for being a good
I'm
actor.
so happy that you won this time
And I'm
because you
so
didn't win
glad
last
that
time.
you're not female because otherwise you wouldn't be successful.
Can't win.
Okay.
All right. So the next category we have is standout performance non-series. So this basically means like somebody who shows up and says
Like a day
one
player.
line or whatever, like a day player that really impressed us in some way.
This was easier in oh God, can we even say France?
Yes.
Fuck it. This was easier when they were in France,
In
when they go
season
to France
2.
in season 2, because everybody was good. So like they had one scene and they were amazing and it was great. But still, there are good people.
There are a couple.
All right, Julie, hit me. What you got?
My first one is Hot Piss Lady.
Oh yeah, can we find Hot Piss Lady?
I know
that's
that
in Rent.
I know that she had a first name because she says it, but once you've said to me Hot Piss,
Hot Piss.
that's what you're going to be
It's
forever.
Hot Piss Clean.
So
Can I Google that?
yeah,
No, we
well,
found
please
her.
don't
Hold on,
Google
let me
Hot
look.
Piss Lady. Please do not Google Hot Piss Lady.
It is Valerie Edmond.
Valerie
as
Edmond.
Donalda.
Donalda. All right. Well,
All
anyway,
right.
Hot Piss Lady, you're pretty cool.
Yep, that's solid.
And then my second one was the madam at the whorehouse where Ned Gowan goes to get the wedding dress. When she
Right.
comes down with it all wrapped up and all the little whores are trying to touch it, and she's like, no, stop it.
Is that Garrison Commander? Where I look right there?
No, that's in the wedding.
The wedding?
Yeah, that's in the wedding.
My favorite line that she has in that is, he was long on desire, but a wee bit short on clank.
Yeah. And she represents the part that whenever I see a part like that in a movie or a TV show, I'm like, that's all I want. That's all I want is to play that part one day for something for like 10 years. That's it.
I don't know where to look for this one.
It's okay.
No, I got no
Anyway,
idea. Matt, we love
the
you, madam.
We
Yeah,
love
those
you,
are good
madam.
choices.
All right.
All right. Here's my challenge to you, Janine. We're looking at both sides now.
Okay.
And it's the woman who looks like Sigourney Weaver.
The woman who lied to
The
him at the
Scottish
bar.
version of Sigourney
looks like
Weaver,
a
who
tiny
we're calling
Sigourney Weaver baby.
Sigourney MacWeaver. The woman who says, like, oh, Frank, come and I know who you are, Mr. Randall. Bring the reward. Meet me in this completely non-suspicious dark alley.
Yeah, this ain't shady.
Is her name Sally?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Well, you can call her Sally, but that's not her name. Yeah.
Olivia Morgan.
Olivia Morgan. Nice job, Olivia Morgan.
All right, thanks.
My other choice was Wee Roger. That would also be in Both Sides Now.
Can I have the biscuit, please?
Just the cute little
Can
kid.
you have another biscuit?
Yeah, can I have a biscuit, please?
Yeah, that's young Rory Burns, who grows up to be super duper fuckable.
When?
Roger,
Oh, no,
come on.
Roger, you're right.
That's a spoiler.
I was like,
Roger
were
maybe
you-
comes back.
Were you talking about the actor or the? See, I'm
The
so
tiny
confused
child?
right now.
Come
no,
on.
obviously not.
Come on. I know we've been in Trump's America for a whole 5 days, but we
So
have not yet
confused.
sunk that low.
All right, here we go. This
All right.
is for Hot Piss Lady. 17.
Ooh, hot piss lady.
Pretty solid for piss.
Yeah. Ooh, no, it's not.
Okay, you guys get with me.
We're gonna
Get
give
on
her
the train
we're gonna give her
or get on the
a
platform.
-1 for urine soaked hands.
Oh, all right.
So she's a 16. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
I agree with that.
Okay.
And then the madam at the whorehouse.
Ooh, 11.
11 plus 2 for that awesome dress.
Yes.
13.
13. That's
Okay.
fair. That's fair.
Who's your first one?
Our first is Sigourney McWeaver.
Sigourney McWeaver rolls a 9, but I think we have to adjust that because of how awesome she is in like so many movies.
Yeah, that's for Ripley alone.
Yes. Weaver 9 plus 25. Because I say so.
All right, great.
That's 34.
And then Roger, can I have a biscuit?
5.
That's a 5. That seems accurate because that's how old he is.
Okay. Sigourney McWeaver.
Sigourney McWeaver is our winner. That's great. Our next category is supporting actors who are just always on the show, right? And there are so many great ones that honestly this category could go all kinds of ways. So let's start. Julie, you kick us off.
Galis Duncan, forever and always. Lottie Verbeek is incredible, and the character that she plays is so awesome.
Have you guys watched Agent Carter yet? Raise your fucking hand if you've watched Agent Carter. Thank you, you three. Everybody else, what the hell is wrong with you? And you listening at home, if you didn't raise your hand, that's totally reasonable because you're listening to a podcast. But watch Agent Carter. It's your fault it was canceled. Kerner, it's your fault. Nese, it's your fault. Ruth, it's your fault. Kevin Lambert, it is your fault.
too. It's my fault
You
too.
watched Agent Carter?
Yeah, but only on illegal streaming platforms, never
Okay.
where they could get ratings.
No, she absolutely has not done that on illegal streaming platforms. We are
come on.
law-abiding citizens, and we do not attempt to make jokes with our uteruses. For those listening.
It'd be impossible
Do
anyway.
you hear me, WikiLeaks? We do not illegally stream Agent Carter.
Julian,
I promise.
call me later.
Oh, no, please
All right.
don't.
So I vote Galis Duncan.
Okay, Lottie Verbeek, good choice. Who's your number 2?
Ned Gowan, the most incredible
Patterson.
dad lawyer of all time.
Oh, yeah, he is just really
He's
great.
so funny. He's so responsive.
He's got a touch of the asthma.
He does have a touch of the asthma. But he doesn't call it asthma because they don't know that yet. He said wind in my lungs.
Yeah.
I lose the wind.
And then he smokes that. God, that sounded so awful in our headphones. It's horrible. I'm really sorry.
So Ned Gowan gets my second vote.
That's a really good one. That's good.
Thanks.
Bill Patterson. Way to go, Bill Patterson. He's one of those guys. He's a British, hey, it's that guy, which is all British guys.
Has anybody ever watched Fleabag? No, this is a really good show. It's a BBC show.
I look forward to you guys getting that one canceled too.
Yeah, that one will definitely get canceled. He plays her dad, and he's really good.
He's just a real good actor. Okay, mine, I didn't look up the names because I'm an idiot. Check Castle-Leoch, and we're looking for Mrs. Fitzgibbons.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Who
we looked
loves
her up.
Mrs. Fitzgibbons?
Mrs. Fitzgibbons.
Right?
Annette Badland.
Annette Badland,
that's right.
who, quick side tangent, is also in one of the single strangest episodes of new Doctor Who, in which she plays an alien who takes over the bodies of members of parliament, and then at some point she unzips her own face, and a big fat green alien, a Slovene. I know we're playing with a D20, so I'm not outing myself as a nerd here, but she's a Slovene anyway. And then later she comes back and she goes on like a date with Eccleston. It's very strange, but she's the best. Anyway, I really love Mrs. Fitz. Obviously she comes back, but the first 8 episodes of season 1 are the most we see of her. And goddamn, she's so good. My number 2 is my friend and yours, the patron saint of Podlander Drunkcast and Outlander Podcast, Duncan Lacroix.
Duncan Lacroix.
Oh, the pamplemousse.
The pamplemousse.
Oh, I love that guy.
If we're being honest, Dougal is not Dougal. Sorry, Murtaugh is great. He's great in these first 8 episodes, but he really doesn't come into his own until the back half of season 1, and then season 2 obviously is the Murtaugh show all day, every day. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, and I have one more.
Oh, great.
Honorable mention. I'm just going to throw this out there.
Okay.
This is for standout performance in a supporting role.
Okay.
Honorable mention, my ability to get out of bed in the morning.
Oh, that's really funny.
Yeah.
Why am I laughing?
I don't know.
I don't know. I can see your pups, so I know you're a woman. I'm not sure why I'm laughing.
Moving towards Doug's.
Okay.
Just saying.
Oh boy. Don't talk about your banners that way. They look great.
All right, here we go. Gayless.
Okay.
You
For
should-
good old Lottie.
You should win.
19. And we're going to give her a +4 for occult rituals.
Yes, that's. Oh my God.
Right? Also from
yes.
Monkey Vest. We'll get to that Monkey Vest.
Ned
Great.
Gowan.
Ned Gowan.
16.
Well, he gets an automatic +20 for being a man.
Oh, yeah, you're right. 36.
Okay, great.
Okay.
All right, now we're going to do Mrs. Fitz.
Mrs. Fitz.
Oh, that's a
Ooh,
critical fail. That seems about right.
Well, I mean, it seems right.
You
She's, a maid and like
Yeah.
Catholic.
Okay.
right.
And then Duncan Lacroix.
5.
And he gets the same, what did we say, +20?
Plus 20, so 25.
25. So that makes our winner good old Ned Gowan.
Ned Gowan wins.
Yeah, I'm
And
fine
you know
with
what?
that.
I'm all right with that.
That's great. So, that scene that he has, we talked a lot of like, oh, he's the best dad, blah, 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 because he's fun. But that scene that he has with Claire where she's basically like, ooh, a penny for your pocket, a penny for the lad's purse, blah, 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 blah. And he just kind of looks at her and is like, you have no idea what you're talking about, but I'm just going to nod and smile. It's great. It's
I've seen that look before.
I have too. I
Neil.
wonder when. All right. Moving on.
Okay.
Most shocking moment? Is that
Most
next?
shocking moment. This is a show that definitely will have moments that you are A, not expecting, and B, take you completely by surprise. My first one is in the Garrison Commander when he punches her straight in the stomach.
Right in the baby maker.
Just not ready for it. And he, Tobias Mendes as the Beej, just hauls off and full strength punches her right in the stomach.
It's really shocking.
It was very
no jokes.
shocking.
That's really shocking.
When I watched it for the first time, I actually believe I was like, whoa! like that. So that's my first nominee.
That's great. That's a
Okay,
great one.
and what's yours?
My first nominee is when Mrs. Fitz hauls off and slaps Claire in Claire's fantasy sequence about when she's imagining telling Mrs. Fitz that she's a time traveler.
I need to tell you I'm from the future.
I see you evil ways. And she's, get away from me, and then she slaps her.
And then Mrs. Fitz slaps her in the face. But then you find out it's not real. It's just what Claire imagines would be real.
Great. All right. What about you? What's your second?
I only have another honorable mention.
Okay. Well, let's save that though.
Okay.
So my other most shocking moment is the fucking creation of the Cornish game hen back.
Oh, yeah.
When he flogs his back open and bloody,
disgusting.
and you can't, and it's like whips on whips on whips.
It's like starts out shocking
as Kanye
and then
would say. I don't know where that came from.
gets like really gross really fast.
Yeah, it's rough.
it's rough. And the
It's real rough.
prosthetic and makeup work is incredible, but it's really
We'll
gross.
come back to that too. All right, Julie, what's your honorable
and
mention?
my honorable mention for most shocking moment is when everything I believed to be true was proven to be a lie.
Oh, yeah, that's a great one. That's really great. Okay. All right. Let me just take a drink of this beer here.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, how refreshing. Yeah. Oh, that's really great. Okay.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Stomach punch. I bet you all know what I'm saying there.
Yeah. I mean, no.
Oh, 13 seems appropriate.
Yep. No adjustments.
No.
None.
Whipping?
No, Mrs.
No,
Fitz.
slapping. Miss Fitzgibbon slap. 12. Ooh.
That also seems fair. Mm-hmm. No adjustments.
Whipping. 3.
Plus, we'll do, what was it, 100 upon 100 lashes? So we'll give it a plus 200.
Plus 200.
Great.
All right, so that's
That sounds
203.
great. Okay.
It's 203. It was, it was so shocking that it happened to a man, you know?
Yeah.
And then here's when
A white
everything
man. A white man.
I believed was proven to be a lie. Oh, that only got a number 2. You know what? Yeah, it did.
Also perfect.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it really did. Yep. So the winner
the
would
whipping.
be whipping
Whipping wins with 203 points because we made that up.
into shape, and then they shaped it up.
All right. The
Got
next
straight, moved
category is sickest burn. Because if you know anything about Allison and I, we always appreciate some shade and some sick ass burns.
We should say that this category was originally created in honor of a character who, if you haven't seen it yet, you'll meet in season 2, Wee Fergus.
A little kid who was straight just coming with the burns all the time.
Yeah.
Burn.
He was
burn.
such a scamp.
Such a scamp.
What a scamp. Anyway.
So my first one is when the guys have finally decided that Claire is, okay, or as okay as a woman can be.
She's a cool girl.
And she's a cool girl. And then Rupert makes the joke about somebody being jealous of something, and she goes,
Two bitches being jealous of each other.
two women being jealous of each other. And Claire says, the only thing that's jealous is your left hand jealous of your right.
That's a pretty sick burn.
That was a pretty sick
burn,
burn.
Claire. That's
Yeah.
a good one. So my first one is when Blackjack bursts into the room when they're all having the fancy dinner and the garrison commander, right? He bursts in and the garrison commander goes, "My God, man, you're putting the claret at risk." And he says, "Yes, we must protect the claret."
And then he goes and stands in the doorway and does the slowest, knock the dust off, and just stares at the guy
He
the whole
does
time.
the hokey pokey, and then he does the Macarena, and he's just staring, and the dust is going everywhere, and he's just staring everybody down.
It's pretty good.
It's great. In my memory, it takes a full 5 minutes.
It takes
I think
forever.
it's 30 seconds, but
It's really good. So Tobias Menzies
Menzies.
make it. Oh, and you know what? That was Tobias Menzies as the Beach, but I have one, Tobias Menzies as Frank.
ooh, hit us. Oh,
When-
not actually. That's a bad thing to say when we're talking about the beach.
You know what? That's very true.
Or Frank, honestly, in the episode you're referring to.
So this was in Both Sides Now?
Yes.
When he's in the little Scottish police office, and you've got the drunky McFucker guy who's trying to help him and is tired of his shit. And he says something to Frank
With a teacup full of whiskey.
just a
remember?
teacup full of whiskey, 9 o'clock in the morning.
Cheers, guys. Cheers. 11 a.m.
And he's like, I'm sorry your expectations weren't met. And Frank's like, well, they were low to begin with. So you have
You
not
met my
exceeded them.
expectations precisely.
You met my expectations
pretty sick
precisely.
burn.
That's like grandma burn.
Sick burn,
That's
mama's
like a
mom.
disappointed burn. That's the burn that you think is getting better because you put some ointment on it, but then you wake up 2 days later and it still fucking burns and you can't. That
sounds
burn.
right. That sounds right.
Grandma burn.
All right. My second one is it's from The Gathering, and the thing that makes this especially good is that it's directed at Diana Gabaldon in her little cameo.
Who is the author of the books, for
Yes.
those here who don't know.
So Mrs. Fitz is hustling Claire through Castle Leoch. And
In the
they
shittiest
pass
plaid dress I've ever
this
seen.
girl, this woman with real curly hair and this very over the top gown. And she says something, you've got the place looking bright as a new bairn. Mm-hmm. Right. And then Mrs. Fitz goes just with perfect disdain, just expert. I really like this woman. I don't know if you can tell, slithing. She's a slithing. She goes, "Oh, what a lovely dress you're wearing. You worked so well at the last gathering." Out. Fitz
Which
out.
was 7 years ago.
Mic drop.
It's you wore that's
Bam, out.
That's
It's
a
great.
Mean Girls burn.
And you can see on her face that she's nailed it. It's great. That's mine.
all right. So here we go.
What's your last one?
Oh, wait. Do I have another burn? No, I did it. Drunk detective.
Oh, right.
All right, so here we go. What was the first one? Because I know you went first.
The first one was no, you went first.
Okay, left hand jealous of your right.
Yes.
10.
That's a 10.
All right.
Well, +2 for the left and the right.
Oh, nice.
12. That's great.
Okay. What's your first one?
My first is we must protect the claret.
Claret. Ooh, that's low.
We're going to add a plus 10 for all the pats.
so plus
So plus
600.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll just say plus 10.
Plus 10. Okay. 14.
Great.
Okay. This one is for my expectations were met. 5.
5.
You
That
know what?
that's low
I'm gonna take
expectations.
it.
That seems accurate. Okay. And mine is Water to Wheel at the Last Gathering. 3
Just
plus
3.
7 for the 7 years since the last gathering. Right?
Yes. Okay, so the claret wins.
Yeah.
I
Way-
agree with
Way to
that.
go, Beach.
It's a really good moment of physical comedy too in a show that doesn't have a lot of that.
So before we get to the last 2 categories and our little spoiler section and resume our screaming it into a hellmouth, we want to again thank Empirical Brewery, who just released last week. For you, it'll be 2 weeks ago. The Phase Transition Porter. It's a 7.8% ABV. It has got a rummy taste. The flavor palette includes burnt raisin, chocolate, and it's velvety. It's available in the tap room and in bottles to go. And Julie is about to taste it right
I'm
now.
going to taste it right now. That's really good.
Let me try it.
Yeah. Caramel and raisins.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah.
Man, that's not put on. This is really tasty. Janine, you want to try it?
Yeah.
Thank you, Empirical.
Yeah, thanks, Empirical. What a delicious beer.
Oh, that's a good thing to wake up to.
That's nice. The best part of waking up is
Oh, Neil's going to go get
Neil's
one.
gonna
Look
go-
at
and
this.
so is
We
Ruth.
just
Look at
sold 2 of those.
Guys,
All it takes is
I'm gonna suck this glass as dry as an old lady's pups.
Doug's, man. Not that Doug.
Oh God, I've forgotten. I made a joke. Don't arrest me. All right. So moving right along, Empirical Brewery exploring the science of beer. We're going to do the best episode of these first 8. We have 4 nominees, right? You got 2.
Yeah.
Which means that 50% of the episodes are nominated.
Small sample
But
size.
they're all worthy. They're all really worthy. So, Julie, what is your first and why is it your favorite?
The wedding, specifically.
Oh, come on. And
Not
as
just
she
the
does.
boning, but I mean the boning. Yeah. And then also the split stories, watching it all happen, the way that the story is told, how they insert the past into the present. Him, like, finding out that he really truly is enamored and in love with her is very cool. And that dress is bitchin'. And speaking of boning, the pearl necklace boning is the hottest of boning.
And by the way, that's the actual literal pearl necklace.
Not like, yeah.
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
Yeah.
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend did this great song
No,
this
my
week
chest.
called We Tap That Ass. That's a tap number about tapping an ass. It's very clever. But at the end of it, they said, time for a big finish. Now, where should we finish? And on the CW, bless them. She said, oh, not on my chest.
Because they were going to jump up
You'll
on her.
scratch it. And then they jump on a dresser. And it is the
Her
best
chest.
joke about
Her
semen on
chest.
boobs
Her
that's
chest.
ever been on network television. I couldn't believe they got away with it. Anyway.
Not on my chest.
Not on my chest. All right. So I think that's a great episode. It's hard to argue with that as being
Out of the
one
first
of,
8.
if not the best of the first 8. I mean, it's like an all-time great episode of the show.
Janine actually watched this one with us.
We had a poll on Twitter. And
Yeah,
people voted
this
for
was
it.
the overwhelming favorite. Although I want to give a shout out to everyone who suggested that we make him watch Wentworth Prison. Oh boy,
I just don't even think I
he
know
doesn't
I'm-
know what the fuck that means.
I
He's
know
like,
I'm-
I'm just living here in my blissful naivete. I've got no idea what's coming. Derp, derp, I'm Janine.
It's not good. It's not good, Janine.
I'm sorry, Janine. I'm sorry.
That impression went off the rails.
That's fair. That's
You're
fair.
right. You're right.
Oh, I'm a regular Jimmy Fallon over here. All right. So my first choice was, even though it's the one we said we would never watch again, the Garrison Commander. It's the Requiem for a Dream of the
Yes.
first half of the first season of
That is
Outlander.
apt. That is apt.
Like it's so, you cannot deny how good it is, but you don't ever want to fucking watch it again. Like, no, just not ever again. There's just,
And now we've seen it twice.
I've seen
welcome.
it. I think I've seen it 3 times.
Oh, God damn it.
Because I rewatched.
I'm never going to watch it again.
Yeah, no, I mean, there isn't even like a, yeah, but that one, all the boning and that one, no, because on the bone quotient, that one's at a 0.
There's only one thing, and you know what? I could just watch a GIF of it all day, which is him knocking the dust off. That is it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, there's got to be a GIF of that. If not, people
need
of
to
the
use it for
internet, you make a
everything.
GIF of literally everything. Please make one of him just constantly in an endless loop, knocking
the
dust
dust
off his
off.
clothing. Please, that would be great. That would be really great. Or the moment when he's shaving the kid.
No, that's the worst.
Oh, that's so awful. That would go on the shocking list too, wouldn't it? Ugh. All right, so what's your second one?
My second one is Both Sides Now, which is the one where they go back to devote some time to Frank in 1945.
That's the one that does not have a parallel in the book. The Scotland events or the past events all take place, but Frank dealing with it is an invention of the show, which I think is great.
And that actually brings me to a major point. So you all know that I'm a huge Tobias Menzies fan, and it really feels like the writers and producers and Ronald Moore really understood what they had here when they got this guy. And so Frank's part, based on what Allison has told me, Frank's part in the show is way bigger than what he does in the book. And so I just want to say that in this episode in particular, Both Sides Now, seems like it was devoted to Tobias Menzies.
Yeah.
Like, here you go. Please be good. And then he is incredible.
Yeah, it's Italian chef kissy fingers sound.
It's Italian.
Pizza. I'm so tired. All right, my second one is The Gathering. You wore it so well at the last gathering. Because I just think that's a really, they talk about it so much in the first 4 episodes. It's like gathering.
Time out for just a second.
I need everybody to know that Julie arranged with Neil in advance that if
I did the Ed Lover dance from Yo MTV Raps, that I would get a beer. So you guys, I just Ed Lovered all over this joint.
So I was like getting my TV critic thing on, talking about the importance of this episode, and Julie's just going.
Anybody? I'm so old. I'm so old.
Well, you did get a stress fracture in your foot from walking this week.
Protesting.
Yes, it's a fracture of justice. Oh, we're keeping it light.
Keeping it light, everyone.
Gee, I love beer. Math is hard.
Thank you.
All right. So The Gathering. Anyway, the point is that The Gathering is a really good episode because I think that first 4 so clearly build to it. It's Claire's attempt to escape. It starts to solidify the chemistry between Jamie and Claire. That we've got that great je suis prêt moment. We get a great scene with Dougal. We get some great stuff from Colum. You get an understanding of the sort of Scottish politics, which becomes a bigger and bigger factor as the show goes on. And also the costumes are Italian kissy chip noise. Yeah, so that's my other one. So
That's
those are
also the
4.
one with the pig, right? The pig hunt?
Oh, yes, that's
And
the
old-
pig hunt.
what's his name
I couldn't
dies?
tell if you meant the pig hunt or the fine fat pigs.
No, the pig hunt.
Ned Gowan doesn't like fatties.
No, he doesn't.
No.
All right, Gathering, I agree with that one.
All right, so let's go ahead and roll.
All right, The Wedding. 7.
Ooh, 7.
Oh, come on.
Nah.
Well, I mean, is that the number of times they do it? No, it's 4. Right?
But I mean, we only get to see a certain amount of time. So
Hey, why don't we add 69 dudes?
yeah, 69 dudes.
Great.
Oh,
So 78?
yes.
No, 76. What the fuck is my
76.
problem? Math.
All right. Both sides now.
Both sides now.
18. I'm going to leave that there. I think that's pretty
respectable.
solid.
All right, Garrison Commander. That's a 6.
6. That's what we're going to give it. But except those 2 last 6s don't count. So just 6.
We could do 6 plus 6 plus 6.
That's 18. All right.
All right, and The Gathering.
That was solid math, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Server math.
I'm sorry. Are you saying something, Janine? Do you have something you want to say to me?
No.
9
I'm just over here
plus.
drinking.
What's this one again?
Okay, 9 plus 0 because you can't even remember it.
Okay,
That's what.
9.
Great.
Oh, look, the wedding one. Yay!
Great. Our last category is the one that we get the most excited about. And then
Okay.
we're just going to sort of talk
Now
more
we are
generally.
very excited
Here we
about
go.
this.
I'm wiggling in my. It's costumes, and I'm going to go ahead and use this as a moment to shout out my own sweater, which I wore in testament to our actual favorite actor on Outlander.
Which is the big deer at the beginning in the credits.
You know, we've tried really hard to get him on for an interview, but he's just too big for us now.
He finally, I think he told the cops to tell us to quit following him.
Yeah, it was so like go ahead and use hashtag deers are for wimps. I don't know.
He won't return our calls.
Hashtag make deer great again. How about that? Anyway, so you see him captured here on this sweater. Again, I'll present a visual aid on the internet.
With a fancy bird on his head.
In the exact moment, plus bird, right? So here's him turning to the camera. Are you ready? Ready? Here it comes. Wham!
I get the
Right.
chills every time.
Right?
He's so
Thanks,
good.
buddy.
Just so instinctual. I just really want to learn from him, you know?
I was inspired by
Why
Terry
won't he talk
Dressbog.
to me?
We, as a special treat for both ourselves and the rest of you, are going to do an episode sometime in December that's going to be just about the costumes because we can't ever talk about them enough. Am I right? Am I right or am I right? So we have picked 6 of our favorite costumes. We're going real big on this one. So why don't you go first, Julie?
Wedding dress.
Come on, right? We weighed something like 250 pounds.
It was incredibly beautiful.
It's got all those pleats.
And after learning how Terry Dresbach ran the top part of season 2 with all those French, I know what kind of work went into it. Like that's probably hundreds of man hours on that thing.
Yeah, there's if you watch the little stay after the episode and learn about it on Stars, whatever, you should really watch the wedding first of all because come on, it gives you more shots of doing it and like who doesn't need those. And troubled times. But it also talks about how she wanted to make the dress catch the light, but they didn't make sequenced gowns.
They sequenced. Oh, Roxy.
Oh, Roxy.
I can't believe you made it to the fucking top 3.
I know, I can't. It's just not fair.
It wasn't right.
Anyway, they took mica and shaved it and then laced it into the underskirt of the dress so that it would catch the candlelight and glitter. And it's just fucking beautiful.
It's incredible.
It's beautiful. I'm really glad that lord was long in desire, but a wee bit short on clink. Because that dress, it's one of the best.
I feel bad for his wife, though. She was going to get that dress. But where was she going to wear that? Just to, like, lounge around the house or what?
Well, probably to prepare a meal for her 4 fine sons.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Yeah. Okay. My next one is Jamie's vest that he wears when he is breaking horses because... You guys, he's very attractive. I don't know if you know this. But it's like... It's a little foreshadowing costume because when he turns around, it's tiny laces all the way up the back. And so then later, when you get to, what do you call it?
Garrison Commander?
No, the chicken. What do you call the baby chicken? The thing. Game hen.
The Cornish
game.
When you get to...
You call a baby chicken a chick, Julie. What are you talking about?
You guys... It's a miracle I'm even sitting here right now. When you get to Cornish game hen times and you see it and you remember that one little detail, just that one little thing, I really enjoyed that.
You know, I actually think it foreshadows something else too, because the way that it's laced, it looks like a corset.
Ooh.
Right? And since he's the virginal one, he's essentially our female damsel in distress.
That's pretty good.
Right? So it looks like, so she's the one, Claire wears a lot of things that are vaguely menswear influenced, you know, like she gets a lot of straight lines and she's in a lot of like grays and dark greens, especially once we get to France.
White. You're right. He's in a lot of white and black. That's an excellent point.
You know, I don't know if you know, but I do this for a living.
I was going to say, it's almost like you do this to get paid.
I agree. That's a really good one. I'm going to do my next two because I want you to save yours for last.
Okay.
Right? Your last one. I've got 3.
My dice
So the first, this is another Jamie costume, is Jamie's wedding costume. So the whole setup for that is that Myrta has to go find some widow and sweet talk her out of letting him borrow her dead husband's clothes. And you're like, this is gross.
Because Jamie doesn't have any Fraser tartan, right? Because he's on the lam. So they have to go ask a nice old lady for her dead husband's skirt.
Worth it. So he's got his little brooch, and he's doing the hair we don't like. Like everybody, are you with me? We like Jamie's hair when he hasn't done anything to it.
What is wrong with it when it's fucked up?
But
It
when
is
it's
so
all neat and
horrible
tidy.
when it is not right. It is like turning me off hard.
And he
when
gets
it's all
that like
weird.
mullet. Mullet.
Je suis prêt hair forever.
Yes. Anyway,
Sorry
despite
for
that,
that.
it's a beautiful, beautiful costume. My second one, I'm just going to do all 4 of mine. We'll do all 7. We'll do
Right.
7 in this. My next one is Gaelis's monkey fur vest is what they call it. It's
when
one
she's
of
wearing the
several
hot little red
costumes
shoes,
that
remember?
she gets and that Lottie Verbeek got and decided to wear incorrectly as an acting choice, which I think is so brilliant for that character. So she's got the the scarf that she wears as a shawl, and there's like an armhole on the bottom, and then this one she wears backwards. It's a vest they made for her that's like matted felt. It looks like Blackjack Randall went like this all over it for a while before she put it on, and laces up the back, and it's high-necked, and it's just really, really cool. And then she wears those teeny tiny red shoes.
Those little red
On her
shoes.
fucking tiny little feet.
She does have tiny little feet.
God damn it. I have enormous feet.
I have a really bad foot right now.
Yeah.
You guys, this week sucks. Let's go back and do it over again.
Everything is so fun. Life is wonderful and beautiful. My next choice is the shaft dress. It's the white dress that Claire wears with her little shawl when she climbs up to the Dick Rocks to pick her flower that sends her back in time. And then all of a sudden, once she's there, it looks like she's just running around in her underwear.
Nightgown.
We'll get you something to
Nightgown.
wear that's a bit more. A bit more. That one. Because I just think that's it's obviously
Interesting transition.
very pretty, of the period. It's completely appropriate as a dress to wear in the 40s in the Highlands in Scotland. Like, it's a beautiful dress. And then as soon as she loses that belt, that adorable brown belt, all of a
R.I.P.
sudden you're
brown
like,
belt.
ooh, girl, you look naked. And my last one is her rent coat. So have you all seen this Hot Topic line? Has anybody
Hot
seen
Topic
this online?
is doing Outlander clothes
Yeah,
now.
so Hot Topic is releasing
Yeah.
a line of clothes inspired by the costumes of Outlander. And there's a Fraser Tartan dress, and there's a bunch of like Hot Toppy stuff.
Most of it's bullshit, but
I mean, cool bullshit, but bullshit. But this one, I would totally buy this shit. They make her coat that she wears in Rent with the fur sleeves.
hump, the fur hood, and
Right? Janine just looked it up, and then he immediately placed his order. Right? You're going to look so pretty.
It looks warm.
It does look warm. It's just, that's a real good choice.
So rent coat makes
Rent
it.
coat. And Julie, what's your last one?
I have one final one.
Okay.
Jamie's manly thews.
Yeah.
That is
That's
all.
like one that represents the very best costume of all. Come on. His delicious
Just
naked body.
This everything.
But we're going to focus on
like,
the
how tall do you
thews.
think he would be if he was standing here right now? Like this?
No, I think he'd be bumping his head on the ceiling,
He's like a giant of a man.
which would put his dick at eye height.
Okay. Oh, I almost felt joy for a second. Okay, here we go. The wedding dress. 6.
Do we want to add adjustments to this, or do we want to let this one stand?
We're blowing through.
This is above such petty adjustments as magic armor.
Jamie's vest, 5. You know what? I can get with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
What are yours? Monkey vest?
Jamie's wedding dress. That's a 7.
7.
The monkey vest.
Ooh,
16. Sweet.
You know what? I'm kind of liking that.
Chef dress.
Shaft. 7.
Rent coat.
Rent coat.
18.
Rent, 18.
Wow. And come on now.
Come on, manly
Jamie's
thews.
good at everything. He's got to be good at critical 20. 15. Rent coat wins. I'm all right with that.
Rent coat.
Rent
All
coat.
right.
It's a really great coat.
All right, sweet. Well, that's it for the awards.
Practical and stylish.
One thing we forgot to mention, you guys, and I'm hoping that before I leave, I might sneak a little peekaloo. Did you know that Empirical Brewery does brewery tours on Saturdays? And did you know that they have a shit ton of cats back there?
I did not.
Yeah.
But now I'm never leaving.
I know. So most Saturdays at 12:30 p.m. and 2 p.m., for $10, you can get the entire tour, a flight of beer, a complimentary pint glass, and a chance to meet the brewery kitties.
Oh, come on.
I know. Everybody here's like, oh my God. I'm like, let's go in there. Anyway, Empirical Brewery, exploring the science of beer.
And brewery cats.
And brewery kitties.
I hope their names are like hops and barley.
I think there's photos of them in the back room.
Ooh.
Guys, I'll be right back. Sorry. I hope their names are hops and barley and like
Mash.
Rye. Well, I hope mash is a little bit sour.
I hope MASH is the old Grisabella one, though. Like...
Maybe they'll name one after Tobias Moments. Oh, God, that's a good cat name.
Tobias.
Tobias Moments. Right? That's good. So, Julie, what did you think of the first 8 episodes of the season as a whole? Obviously, it's hard to go back and remember because at this point,
I know what's
it feels
coming.
a really long time ago.
The thing is that I know what's coming and it's not awesome. So, wow, that was really real. I'm sorry. Literally, I'm really sorry. Most of the rest of the time I've been joking. That time I was not joking. I enjoyed it. It was fun to have fun again because I know that the second half of season 2, when we watched it, was a little bit more subdued. And I know that we're about to go into kind of a subdued time or a darker time in the show. So
Are we? I don't know. Are we?
yes.
Are we? You don't know. You don't know.
Well, I do know because I already watched it.
Oh, I thought you meant in season 3.
No.
Yeah. No,
Season
you've got
1.
Culloden on the brain.
Yeah. No, Culloden's coming, but I'm talking about season 1, part 2.
Oh, right.
'Cause
Sing
I
me
know
a
what's-
song of a lass who is unbelievably sad.
Yeah, it's about to
Say,
get...
could that lass be us? Oh, God. Oh, everything's fine. Everything's
No,
fine.
we're cool.
Yeah,
But I did. I very much enjoyed going back and rewatching it because after having watched all the way through season 2, going back and watching the first half of season 1, all of a sudden I picked up a lot more stuff that I would not have picked up without rewatching.
Yeah, rewatching it, so first of all, I have no problem rewatching things in general. You can ask my poor partner who is sitting over there by a sign, a portrait, painting, drawing, whatever that is, piece of art, of a very distressed lady thinking, sure. He's over there and he can tell you how many times I've listened to the Harry Potter audiobooks. Like, I don't have a problem revisiting things. But this one is a little harder to revisit, mostly because of what's coming, right?
Yeah.
So it was nice, even though I've watched with some other friends, mostly because I need to get people hooked on the show, because I love it, and who else am I going to talk to, and what else am I going to talk to them about, because there's nothing else to talk about. Even revisiting it this time was different. It was different to think about it critically when I was watching it. It was different to keep things like our categories in mind or what we were going to joke about. It's different knowing how much more awesome Rupert and Angus become because they're such turds.
They really are not awesome.
But both the
In season
characters
1.
and the actors get much more interesting, and that's really great. So yeah, I agree with you. Is there anything about it that seemed less good upon revisiting it?
No, I think it improved. I think it improved in my mind than the first time I watched it because I was more ready to see the small little hints and stuff. Specifically speaking about Tobias Menzies,
Yeah.
but in general, throughout a little bit more of that. So I think it's better the second time around.
Great. Yeah, I do too. The only thing where I was like, oh, that's not as good as I remember is that her accent is kind of lame.
No,
in
that first episode, she was not. She was terrified. You could just tell she was so scared.
Well, this is all from reading on the internet, so who knows how accurate it is because you can't trust anything that you read anymore. But apparently she was the very last person cast, right? Like they thought they were going to have their hardest time finding Jamie because, I mean, come on.
But then he walked in the room and it's like,
and they were like,
sold.
bing.
You're done.
Ooh, you look like a bean flicker. You sure do.
You are perfect. You just come right over
come
here.
on.
Can we dye your hair
Can
red?
I ask, are you a weak seaman? I think you're maybe a weak seaman. And then they had a really hard time finding a Claire, and they actually ended up casting Kashmir after seeing her once before and dismissing her. And they went back through the early tapes and were like, what about her? Let's bring her in. And then the two of them started reading together, and they were like, ding, 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 ding. That's it. I can't wait to watch them fuck. Let's make them fuck. Also, there are rumors on the internet that they're dating, and they're probably fake, but I don't care.
It's cute.
I just want them, like, can you imagine how cute their babies would be?
Ugh. No, it would be like, and I'm sure that now that we have actually seen photos, David Bowie-Iman's children are incredibly beautiful, right? But do you remember before you ever saw them, you're like, they're either incredibly beautiful or weird. Right? Like you got too many of the good chromosomes, and then it's like bleh, over the top. Like maybe Sam Heughan and Katrina Bafma's kids would just be like so handsome they circled back around to like ultra handsome, so handsome that you're like too. It's not real.
Impossible.
Maybe like Chris Pine to me a little bit. Like, ooh, Uncanny Valley. Nobody looks like that. I don't know. That's a personal opinion. That's just me. That's just Julie.
I feel that way about Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. He looks like the Ken doll mold is just a little off.
Yeah.
Right?
Like,
It looks like
somebody made a Ken doll in that mold and then accidentally put it in the sun, and then it kind of went,
Yeah. right. Yeah. We hate Tom Brady. And fuck you, Jay Cutler. Anyway, so we're not going to do a spoiler section because we talked about 8 episodes and we're almost out of time. And we've got a couple last minute things to add. First of all, as always, we want to thank our Patreon patrons. All of you are amazing, but specifically because you paid for the amount where you get this. Amanda Newton, Beth Locke, Friday Payton, Jen Lander, Drunk Lynn. I love every time I have to say that. Jen Lander, if you could write and tell us your real name, we'll say your real name. Jen Lander, Drunk Lynn, and Kathleen Moniz.
thanks, Moniz mom.
Yeah, thanks, Jen Moniz's mom. Has she even listened to the show, Jen?
No, she's never.
It's so good. It's just the best. We also would love it if you would leave us a review on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or elsewhere.
Look at his face, though. Jay Cutler. Damn it. Oh, sorry.
When you leave us a little review, it makes us really happy, and that would be great right now. You can also follow us on Twitter at PodlanderCast. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/PodlanderCast. You can back us on Patreon, where we will say a name, either real or fake, if you pay at a certain level. But you can also get a t-shirt or other fun prizes and whatever. It's really cool. And you get episodes early, and I don't know, it's fun. You could do it if you want to. And listen, subscribe, whatever. But most importantly, please just convince your friends to watch the show. If they listen to us too, that's a great bonus. But convince your friends to watch the show. Because if it gets canceled, I'm just not going to have anything left in my life.
Ooh, you'll always have the books, though.
Oh, there is Supergirl. There is Supergirl. Okay, thanks, Janine. So I'm Julie. No, I'm not.
No, you're not.
I'm Allison.
I'm Julie.
That's Janine. And thank you for listening. And thank you, Empirical. And thank you all for coming and being here.
Thank you so much.
We will see you next week when we talk about, I don't know what the fuck. Is it costumes next week? I don't fucking know. Bye.
Bye.